Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening and welcome to Northern Cass High School here in Hunter, North Dakota. Josh Boyko along with you for the call here tonight for a rivalry of Region 1 opponents. Central Cass and Northern Cass will go head-to-head here as we're still progressing towards the midway part of the volleyball season. Both of these teams sitting on 5 wins right now. Have had some solid moments, some moments to improve on, but some good positives that they're able to take from this first third of the season or so. Let's take a look at how we got here, as this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IRIEINS.com to get a free quote today. As we see both of the teams warming up here, Central Cass on the floor first for the warm-ups. We saw in the JV that Northern Cass wins in 2 sets. Had some good moments for Harper Rust, who we'll see in the rotation off the bench for Nick Tice here tonight. So JV going in the favor of Northern Cass, whereas we'll see what happens here at the varsity level. Let's take a look at our schedules of how both of the teams got to this point. For Northern Cass, they have not yet played a game off of their home floor, and that will continue into next week. It's not till a week from today that they will play their first match somewhere else. They start off the season with the Northern Cass tournament, playing Enderlin, Lemoore-Litchfield Marion, and Griggs Dakota, winning against those 3 opponents 2 sets to none, and then a loss to Medina Pingree Buchanan in 3 sets, 1-2. Then they hosted Mayport CG and Carrington here, which those were some exciting matches between those 2 teams. That was a very fun time because Northern Cass was down 2-1 in both of those games and was able to claw their way back in set number 4 both times, facing sizable deficits to force a 5th set. And then in the Carrington game, we were even tied at 15 apiece in that late match battle between the Cardinals and the Jaguars. And that has gotten them to a 5-2 record now. Their most recent match was on the 11th versus Kindred, losing in 4 sets to the Vikings. And we'll hear from Nick Tice later tonight to see kind of what they're going to have to improve on, and his comments about the Kindred match that ended in 4 here on their home floor. For Dana Stansbury's team, the Central Cass Squirrels started off with the Volley in the Valley, which they hosted at Central Cass. And in that tournament, 2-set victories against Oaks, Edgeley, Colm, Montpelier, and South Border, and then a 2-1 victory over Devil's Lake, and then 0-2 losses to Linton HMB, and then also Mayport CG as well. So the common opponent between these 2 being Mayport CG, I mean, it was tournament play, so a little bit different style that Central Cass faced the Patriots in, but they lost in 2 sets to the Patriots, and the Northern Cass Jaguars win in 5 here against the Patriots a little over a week ago now. We'll take a quick break here on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Come back and hear from both of the coaches as we near our first serve here in Northern Cass.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Welcome to our Irie Insurance pregame show with Dana Stanbury joining us here for Central Cass. And take me through what you've seen from your squad so far. What is some improvements that they've made throughout the year?
All right, so we are kind of in that zone right now where we have figured out who's going to play, where they're going to play, and now we're at the point where we need to start working on those skills, perfecting our block, making sure that we're getting close on the block, setting the block correctly, all of that good stuff. And that's what we're working on in practice tomorrow, and that's what we worked on yesterday, and that's the key to tonight and Thursday night. Yeah.
We've seen the Northern Cass squad come back from down 2-1 a couple of times already this year on this floor. How important is it to keep pedal to the metal throughout this entire match?
Our theme this year is drive the Ferrari, and that's what we need to do tonight. Once we put our feet on that court, we've got to put the pedal down to the metal, and we need to play hard and aggressive. Northern Cass is a team that digs the ball very well. They place themselves correctly on defense, and now with Nick at the helm, I think that we're going to see that level up in defense that their squad wants, and we don't.
Yeah. Biggest key to success tonight for you guys?
The biggest success tonight for us is going to be our offense. We need to put the ball down. We had not the greatest kill efficiency the other night against Valley City, and tonight we need to put the ball away. We need to go up aggressively, strong, and confidently.
All right, looking forward to see how it plays out. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Dana Stansbury joining us on our Irie Insurance pregame show.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal, it's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Welcome to our Irie Insurance pregame show with Nick Tice joining us here. What do you expect tonight? You've got a tough Castleton team here to face off on your home floor.
I think, we've seen us be back and forth, so I'm going to guess that will be a lot of back and forth again tonight. Again, some of these teams, they're so new for me, so I'm still learning a lot of the players in the region, but Castleton's a traditionally strong program, a rivalry between our two schools, so I know everyone's going to bring their A game.
Yeah. What is something that you've seen your team improve on throughout the year, an encouraging sign maybe that you've seen?
We've spent a lot of time working on our blocking. And it's not always just about getting stuff blocked. It's about being in the right place and channeling the ball into our defense, and then timing it with the hitters. So I felt like we've grown in that a lot. So seeing that will make it less pressure on our defense to guess and chase a ball down. Instead, they can just be in the right spot and have the ball come to them.
Mm-hmm. How important is the net play going to be at net front tonight? Maybe not, like you said, always blocking the shot, but maybe altering it.
I think it's really big because if we can get the ball to Tess and Reese and Olivia in the back and let our setters do their thing, it just gives us so much more scoring potential. So for us, it's huge just channeling that ball, especially when you've got the experience of Tess in back and then Reese adding her skill back there. We want them getting the ball as much as we can because we believe it feeds our offense.
Biggest key to victory tonight?
Limit our own errors. With Kindred, we were on pace with kills. It was like 41-40, but then with errors, we doubled them up. So they had about 15 to our 30 errors. Well, that's a losing formula, so we got to clean that up.
All right, we're seeing how that's going to play out here tonight. Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Nick Tice joining us on the Irie Insurance pregame show.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
Visit the new Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro. They have everything you need. Explore our large selection of quality hardware and building materials, perfect for every project. Inside, you'll find Valspar paint to brighten your home, top-of-the-line Milwaukee and DeWalt tools for every job, plus all the essentials for a successful harvest. Flashlights, glass cleaner, paper towels, scrapers, grain shovels, and more. Make your next stop Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro.
Welcome back to our Irie Insurance pregame show. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote today. Welcome inside Northern Cass High School. Josh Boyka with you here on the call tonight for this rivalry between Central and Northern Cass in an early to mid-season match that both of these teams vying for their 6th victory of the year. Central Cass coming in at 5-3 and Northern Cass at 5-2, but the region games have been few and far between for both of these teams, so this is going to be a big one, just seeing who can get ahead in the games that matter most against the region opponents. But we're looking forward to seeing how this one plays out here tonight on a beautiful Tuesday night in North Dakota. As we're down in the 50s not too long ago for weather, but the temps back up in the 80s this week. Beautiful start to the September fall month. We'll get things going here in just a moment. We'll have our starting lineups after the national anthem. We'll be keeping track of things tonight on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing our heritage, sharing our future, with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. We'll step aside here for the national anthem and get it going here with the starting lineups when we come back here at Northern Cass for Region 1 Volleyball, Squirrels and Jaguars here in Hunter.
What was that? Is that Top Insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe. That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go. Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Welcome back to Northern Cass here on YourLiveEvent.com, powered by RNJ Broadcasting and Hallstatt Telephone Company. And we've got a decent crowd that's filed in here from both of these sides as Region 1 opponents bring in this type of volume here, making the trip to the rival school is Central Cass here. Both the student sections in full effect here tonight. On the far side, you've got the Central Cass student section going Jersey night. See some nice jerseys over there. We got Aaron Judge, Carl Anthony Towns, Justin Jefferson, Tom Brady, and everything you can think of over there. Jalen Suggs even. Got some cool jerseys over there. On the near side, some jerseys too, even on the this side for Northern Cass. But let's get to our starting lineup, shall we? And introduce the roster for the Central Cass Squirrels. Abby Coppervig is a senior, a setter, wears number 1. And number 2, Isabel Thompson, another senior. A junior, Whitney Mitchell, Emily and Kaylee Broden, wearing 5 and 6. Kira Gunnifson, Melena Ellenson, Kendra Broughton, Mackenzie Meyer, Madison Brash, Aspen Preen, Liv Severson, Brooklyn Jeffrey, and Brady Bussey. The roster for for Central Cass, coached by Dana Stansbury. Here's your Northern Cass lineup now. Avery Davidson, a defensive specialist, wears number 1, a junior. Then Tess Jalbert, the libero, in the back row, wears number 2. Danielle Sand, the middle blocker, a senior, wears 3. Carly Ryder, an outside hitter, junior, wears 4. Then Macy Murch, a setter, a senior. And opposite, junior, number 6, Marley Wilner. Number 7, the senior, Natalia Gietzen, a middle hitter. Reese Lavig, a defensive specialist, in 8. Olivia Olson in 10, a junior outside hitter. Then it's Harper Rust, Faith Fury, Emma Hubness, and Lauren Johnson to round out the roster for Northern Cass. We'll keep an eye on the battle at the net tonight with Natalia Gietzen will be a big one in the middle for Northern Cass. Olivia Olson, dangerous from the outside as well. Teams will exchange hands here before we get going. Again, the JV going to Northern Cass, 2 sets to none, looks strong there. But what do the Squirrels have in store on the varsity side here tonight? We shall find out. On the floor to start tonight for the Squirrels in the back row, Mackenzie Meyer, Isabel Thompson, and Emily Broden. Up front, Whitney Mitchell, Abby Coppervig, and Aspen Preen. For Northern Cass in the front, Olivia Olson is on the far side. In the middle is Faith Fury. And on the outside, Marley Wilner. Then in the back row, libero Tess Jalbert, a setter, Emma Hubness, and Reese Lavig. There's the 12 on the floor. Lavig will begin with our first serve tonight. Time 7:19. And we're underway. This one popped up into the rafters, eventually coming down. And that swing from Whitney Mitchell does not find the target. A good serve from Lavig, getting Central Cass on their back heels to begin this evening. Another good serve from Lavig, sending Coppervig all the way over to the Central Cass bench. Fury, one touch up for Hubness, right back. It's blocked at the net. Aspen Preen in the middle with the rejection. To the outside, Olson powering one through Preen on the outside. Returning fire, Jalbert with a nice dig in the back. That set maybe a little bit low for Preen in the middle, but she recovers, adjusts. This one off the deflected block. Coppervig going to the outside. Pushed through quickly. Hubness, back set. Nice adjustment from Wilner. Long third point from the back row. Winding and firing was Isabel Thompson, but coming up long. That's a hitting error for Northern Cass Point, but a fun one at that. Line drive serve, and Preen in the front row tried to attempt at that one while the back row might have been in better position. That is an ace. Now it gets down a block in the middle, and Northern Cass off to an excellent start. Karovig, back set. Swing from Mitchell, handle in the back by Jalbert. Swung on from Lauren Johnson. Got a piece at the net. This one ends up out. Nice block shown there by Northern Cass, getting some good deflections. Being a net presence, that front row, doing some good work. Aspen Preen had to maybe adjust on the timing as she'd already committed to a jump there. That one caught a piece of the net, but she does readjust and gets the kill. First touch, Lavig up to Hovnes, quick transition, little bit out off the right hand of Lauren Johnson. Fury trying to attack from further back, could not get that one over. And that's 3 straight on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard for the Squirrels. Tough touch there for Lavig, so the setter Hovnes goes straight over with it. Dug out in the back by Lavig. And Olsen lines this one into the net. That's 4 straight for Central Cass. Nick Tice offering some words of encouragement, trying to get his squad back in the game here after surrendering 4 straight. Good serve from Kira Gunnufson. Jalbert has to overhand this one over from the back row. Off the block on that swing from Isabel Thompson. Olsen, diving save in the back. That was Kendra Broughton. And another hitting error straight into the net from Lauren Johnson. That's now 5 straight for Central Cass. Lavig nearly wore that one in the chest. It's blocked away by Preen and Thompson, and looking over at Nick Tights, he's not calling timeout just yet after now 6 straight for the Squirrels. It's a 2-point lead. Skimming the net, gets over on a nice serve. Johnson with the tip. A dive from Thompson keeps it up. Nicely dug out again that time by the libero of Kendra Broughton, but Northern Cass able to gain this point back. Ending that 6-0 run on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Kobervig set to the outside. Thompson winds and fires. Jalbert to dive. Johnson gets there. Gets unable to get it over. Oh, what a diving save by Lavig off the blast from Aspen Preen. But this one just a little bit out for Olsen. Swinging from the far side, but man, an absolute bullet from Preen that Lavig was able to dig, but it hovered around the net. Ends up being Central Cass Point after all that. Jalbert, a little bit of a miss hit, but put back over by Murch. Extends this one. In the middle, Mackenzie Meyer winds, fires, and connects. Gets the kill. Timeout as Northern Cass reeling a little bit. 9-6 lead with 8 of the last 9 going the way of the Squirrels.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Welcome back here to Northern Cass High School, the Bank North timeout. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Olsen able to get this one over. Back set. Kind of caught everyone off guard, including the Squirrels having to readjust. And this one lands. Coppervig couldn't quite get it over. Broughton was in the area, or sorry, Broden. It's Emily Broden wearing 5 for the Central Cass Squirrels. So yeah, Nick Tice's team responds out of this timeout. Coppervig, the quick game to the back line in the middle. Mackenzie Meyer. Already a couple of kills for the sophomore tonight. Found that back corner right by the line judge. It is down. It's a 3-point lead. Brady Bussey into the game for the first time for Central Cass. The serve sends Northern Cass to the back line and out. Bussey again winds, fires. Johnson, a chance. And someone might have been in the net as we're going to get a point for Northern Cass on the violation. Off the hand of Lauren Johnson and into the net on the serve. Sometimes it just takes the Jaguars a little bit to get started. Their last 2 matches coming against Mayport CG and Carrington, in which they found themselves down 2-1 and had to rally back and get themselves back in the contest. Back into the contest goes Marley Wilner, and she picks up a kill in the middle. Hovness, Jalbert, Olsen, Wilner, Fury, and Ryder in the game for Northern Cass. There is an ace for Emma Hovness. Hovness, one of the best setters on this team, shown it off right now. Goes conservative to the middle, but it kind of eats up the libero, Kendra Broughton. Hovness has to dig this out of the net. It's batted over by Fury, but that's going to be a lift. Here's Liv Severson into the game first time for the Squirrels. This one is blocked back by Preen and Mitchell. That's a team that works well together. Aspen Preen and Whitney Mitchell in the softball field on the diamond. Mitchell, a stud pitcher, and Preen, power hitting catcher, and calls a good game too from behind the plate. This one served out the backside But not a shocker to see Preen and Mitchell, partners in crime, going at it for Central Cass. Service error sends it back over to Northern Cass's Reese Lavig. Bussy, back set, and out of the reach of a lunging Liv Severson. Bussy. Oh, a blast! Almost went in the basketball hoop. Man, that would have been a highlight right there. If that had gone through the basketball hoop, it just sat there on the backboard for a little bit, but what a drive. Just an unbelievable setup from Bussy. I think that was Preen that detonated and got that kill for Central Cass. Good dig in the back from Isabel Thompson. On a violation against Northern Cass, giving another point over to the Squirrels. Take a 16 to 12 lead. 4 is the largest lead of the set. Hubness back set to Wilner. Tries to drop it in the bucket and does. Had a couple of players going after it. Saw Emily Broden and Kendra Broughton both committing to that. That one into the net for Lauren Johnson. Ferry had a nice first touch over to the center. Hovness working in that front row. But instead of going right back to Fury, over to Johnson into the net. This one was traveling a little bit long. Hits on the basketball hoop. Johnson able to get there and stay out of the net. Nicely done. Oh, and Preen smacks it home. 18 to 13 now, Central Cass on top. Another timeout for Nick Tice as Aspen Preen is here.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This timeout brought to you by Bank North, a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Chase Miller on the call in Kindred, where Oak Grove has taken the first set, 25 to 20 over the Vikings. Grovers, a strong start to their year. Looking to add on in Region 1 play over the rival Vikings. This one just a little bit strong. Nick Tice has used both of his timeouts already in set number 1, but he's had to get the momentum back on his side after the Jaguars led 5-1. A 6-0 counter run for Central Cass has kept them in the lead ever since. Aspen Preen charging, attacking from the middle, but the set just wasn't quite high enough. It's into the net. And back-to-back points for Northern Cass after the Bank North timeout. Preen winding up again and gets it down. If you're looking for a standout of this first set, Aspen Preen would be that standout. She's now serving, finding Tess Jalbert. Murch the set. Swung on by Olsen. She retreats back over to her normal left side. Jalbert with a diving attempt, swinging, and could not quite keep that one in. It's into the student section of the Jaguars. Gitson in the middle, it's blocked away. But instead, it's going to be a violation on Central Cass at the net. And that will swing the point back over to Central Cass. Or sorry, Northern Cass. Olsen with a great serve into the back row. Off the hands of Kira Gunnufson. Back down to a 3-point lead for the Squirrels after the ace from 10, Olivia Olsen. That's the third ace for Northern Cass, one recorded by Jalbert, Olsen, and Hovness each. Gitson with a tip at the net. Swung on by Gunnufson, and that one's into the top of the net. Stina Stanbury claps her hands and gives a little bit of encouragement to the Central Cass side, trying to hang on to what is now shrunk to a 2-point lead. What was once 5 at 18-13. This one over by Stansbury, the coach, but handled by Broden. To the outside, driven into the ground by Carly Ryder. No chance to dig that one out. Ryder riding the momentum now are the Jaguars. They come back on a nice run. They're back to within 1. Have closed in by 4 here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard on yourliveevent.com.
Common doesn't do the extra reps. Common doesn't push the limits. And Common doesn't do all of that before the sun is up. We work harder than anyone else when no one is watching. So that when everyone is watching, we're ready to answer the call. Discover your uncommon side with the North Dakota Army National Guard.
Timeout, of course, brought to you by Bank North as we head into the final stages of set number 1 here from Northern Cass. Pushed over in a good spot by Isabel Thompson. That's a big point to get the momentum going back in Central Cass's direction as Brady Bussey has to go chase the ball down into the hallway. But she's back, and so are we. Set was off target, and that's back-to-back points for the Squirrels. Murch couldn't find her intended receiver. Bussey with a low serve. Johnson into the net. And that is 3 straight now for the Squirrels, nearing a set 1 victory. Gitson with a nice set, and Murch has looked solid from the outside. Or sorry, that's Ryder again from the outside. Her second kill. Harper Russ coming in for a little bit more offense from the outside. She serves. This one right at the net. Bussey's able to handle. Ryder with another drive. Gunnufson with a diving attempt, able to get there. And that one lands in front of Olsen. Set point, Central Cass. There's the serve from Thompson. Gitson gets this one down right on the line. Beautifully placed. Mayport CG and Carrington both can attest to how hard it is to close out a set against the Jaguars. Once it gets to the 20s, that's when the Jaguars really get tough and get down to it. It was 22-17 in set number 4, and Carrington was nearing match point at that time, but the Jaguars went on an 8-0 run to stay alive and force a set 5. Bussey to the outside. Mitchell to Olsen. Back over to Ryder. Off a block. Mitchell's able to read it. Lobbed over on the second touch. Hovness. Going up and getting it is Marley Wilner. 3 kills for Wilner. And Northern Cass not going down quietly, is facing now a third set point. Hovness stays conservative. Central Cass able to stay in system here, pushed over by Meyer. Wilner to the back, sends Bussey to the middle of the floor. Ryder having to readjust, but does get it over to the back row. Bussey across to the outside, and Mitchell winds, gears up, but gets all the net. And man, it is extremely hard to close out the Jaguars, as we've been saying. Only one more chance to do it before it's a win by 2 for either side. It's an ace! One timeout had been used by Central Cass. They'll use one here, as it is anybody's set now. 24 apiece on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in a thriller of a set number 1.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartment. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
Emma Hovness serving for Northern Cass, as we're back tied at 24 apiece on a 4-0 run at the perfect time for the Jaguars. Wilner elevates and launches, blasting it through the front row of the Squirrels, who are stunned. It's a 5-0 run for Northern Cass. Tipped over, sliding stop Olsen. Hovness, backside, Wilner. One-hand save from Thompson to keep it alive. Hovness to Wilner, blocked at the net. Sent over, Jalbert a swing, but Nick Tice, the one that ends up connecting and finding the stanchion over here. 25 apiece, man, what a run. 5-0 to go ahead for Northern Cass, turning this set around in the blink of an eye, but Central Cass weathers the storm to tie it up. We're still in a win by 2 scenario. Severson, a drive handled in the back by Jalbert. Bussey gets a couple hands on it. Floater is down. And just like that, the Squirrels back on top. Here we go. Another set point. The 5th one for the Squirrels. Can they convert? Wilner blocked away, and Central Cass hangs on. Your set 1 final, 27-25 Squirrels in set number 1. Man, we'll recap this when we come back here on our set recap, brought to you by Hunter Insurance. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is a thriller here coming up from Northern Cass.
At Northern Cass, we believe every learner has the power to change the world, and we're here to help them do just that. That's why we're not your average school district. We deliver a world-class education built on trust, authentic relationships, and bold, innovative practices that prepare learners for whatever path they choose. From our passionate educators to our close-knit community, everything we do is rooted in purpose, connection, and a belief in every learner's greatness. Come see what makes Northern Cass a place where learners thrive, both in and out of the classroom. Learn more at northerncasschool.com.
Visit the new Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro. They have everything you need. Explore our large selection of quality hardware and building materials, perfect for every project. Inside, you'll find Valspar paint to brighten your home, top-of-the-line Milwaukee and DeWalt tools for every job, plus all the essentials for a successful harvest. Flashlights, glass cleaner, paper towels, scrapers, grain shovels, and more. Make your next stop Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Time for our set recap brought to you by Hunter Insurance as we get started with set number 2. Abby Covervig serving for Central Cass. And first point down for the Jaguars. Jaguars got out to a hot start. It was 5-1 through the first 6 points in favor of Northern Cass, but then coming back on a 6-0 run, Central Cass got it to 7-5. Nick Tice called timeout, and then they traded points after that, leading to a 18-13 lead at one point for Central Cass as we get the tie up at 1 now. It was 18-13 Central Cass, then 24-20 Squirrels on top before a 5-0 rally to stay alive on 4 straight set points. Nicely done by the Jaguars. They go up 25-24, but 3 straight from the Squirrels gives them a 27-25 set 1 victory. This one just out the backside, a little bit long. Olsen just a little bit too strong. It's a 3-1 Central Cass lead. Johnson blocked away at the net by Preen. Olsen gets up for this one. Covervig, the set to the far side, but it was just out of the reach of Isabel Thompson. Kept alive by the Squirrels, and Thompson wins the net battle. Fury too strong out the backside. Johnson this time able to get some momentum on that swing. Add a little bit of heat to it, blasted it through the front row. Good to see Johnson get one after having a couple sail long on her. There's an ace, the 4th of the night for Northern Cass. This one coming courtesy of Macy Murch. Johnson starting to feel it now. her second kill in as many of her last couple tries. Splits the defense of the Squirrels. Nicely done. Punched over by Johnson with the left hand. Preen! There's a vacancy in the defense, and she found it, but even if there was someone there, I don't know that they could have handled it. Aspen Preen has the power. That was a good swing on that one, forcing an overplay from Northern Cass. Down to the back corner. Great swing from Emily Broden. Here's Preen going with the jump serve, sinking and into the net. An overtouch there, Gitson able to convert at the net. Gets Northern Cass back within one. Another ace for Northern Cass as that one's chased into the crowd. All knotted up at 7. Olsen lobbing up to the outside, but it goes straight to the net and out of the reach of Carly Ryder. Big swing from Johnson, but it... yes, that did get through as a lift, I believe, that they called at the end. Tied up at 8. Here's Johnson serving. And another ace. Blocked at the net. Oh, big time rejection. Natalia Gitson and Carly Ryder on the outside with the emphatic rejection. Swan from Severson got a large chunk of the net and finds the line as Liv Severson slices one across for the kill. Ryder! That's her second massive kill of the night. She's got a few, but a couple emphatic ones. Bad day to be a volleyball when Carly Ryder is swinging. At the net, off the quick set from Bussey. Liv Severson able to power one home. Wilner pops this one over. Bussey, back set, Severson for the kill. Nicely placed floater. Bussey to the outside. Mitchell with the left hand. This one pushed back at Bussey on the first touch from the Northern Cass side. Tipped at the net. Did not get over for Mitchell. Northern Cass gets the lead back. Oh, that serve barely sneaks over for Reese Lavig. She kind of had a surprised look on her face, surprised that one got through. It's got a large piece of the top of the net, but it died on the Central Cass side. Lavig, a back set for Olsen. Running up to it like a floater, Mitchell off of 1 foot. Wilner is sent back, return to sender. Preen and Mitchell with the defensive stand gives Central Cass the point and back to a 1 point deficit. Kovervig serve into the net. A free one for the Jaguars. This one, touch over and down. Central Cass back to within 1. Hubness mistimed a little bit for Johnson. The left hand could not get that one over. $14 apiece. Tipped over by Fury. Kovervig to the middle and sliced out by Preen. Collision at the net. Who wins that one? Central Cass does to tie this one at 15. This one ate up Olsen in the back row a little bit. Lobbed over. Kind of a mishit from Mackenzie Meyer, but it worked brilliantly. Lunging save from Tess Jalbert. Big swing coming and down it goes. Emily Broden with a nice right-handed swing puts it in front of a couple defenders on the Jaguars side. 17-15, Central Cass back in the lead. Olsen into the net. Nick Tice clapping his hands a little bit of words of encouragement for his team, trying to rally from down 3 after having a lead moments ago on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. blasted away. Jalbert unable to save it. Timeout is called. 19-15, the Squirrels pulling away on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in set number 2.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. That timeout brought to you by Bank North, and a little bit of an update over in Kindred. The Vikings have tied it up at 1 apiece. Taylor Sanders for the Vikings with 12 kills through the first 2 sets, 25-22. Kindred grabbed set number 2 after Oak Grove got set 1 by the score of 25-20. 27-25 was our first set score, with Central Cass surviving a 5-0 run late from the Jaguars. And after a 5-0 run from Central Cass, out of the timeout, Northern Cass gets one back here. Nick Tice trying to rally the troops. Serve from Olsen into the net. There's been some good energy in the crowd tonight, as this gym is pretty full with both supporters of both teams. Service error. You can see on that far side all the different jerseys that are out there. We got several Vikings jerseys. We got a couple Daniil Hunter, a couple Justin Jefferson. There's an Atlanta Kirk Cousins. And Aaron Rodgers Jets. Joe Mauer, Jalen Suggs, Aaron Judge. Some good pulls over there. This one out the backside for Northern Cass. The team's trading points right now. As looks like we'll take another timeout. Nick Tice is out on the floor, chatting with his squad, has used his second breather.
Hi, we're Tommy's Express. Scan the QR code for a fast pass to a free month of washing. Our modern car wash offers a bright, open environment and a low-stress conveyor belt entry. Our signature scent, ceramic body wax, spot-free rinse, and heated blowers give you the best shine in town. Check out the wash for yourself. Washing your car is easy, fast, and fun. Visit Tommy's Express today.
Four-point lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard for Central Cass, trying to go up 2-0. This one blocked away. Pushed over the Severson and Mitchell block. The outside, Ryder blocked again, return to sender. That's Severson, the long arm of the law there. Popped over by Meyer. Back to the outside, Ryder. Was it off a hand? Yes, indeed. Calling for it right away. Ryder did get the deflection at the net off of the hands, the fingertips really, of that front row that had been causing some damage, in fact, for Central Cass. Bussey, back set. Meyer on the line. Lobbed up top for Severson, doesn't jump. Stays conservative with it. Ryder has to slow herself down to avoid going to the net. Aspen Preen Absolute detonation. Bad day to be a volleyball. That one's blasted into the ground by Aspen Preen. And down it goes. Set point coming up for the Squirrels. Up by 6. This is where it got dangerous, though. The Jaguars rallied back for 5 straight points when it was set point in the first. We'll see what they can do to hang on here. Jalbert able to return. Nicely done. No quit from Tess Jalbert. Hovness pops it up. Wilner. Oh, what a save by Bussey and Severson, and coverage over there, but it goes back down. Unbelievable point. Man, this Northern Cass team plays so hard, but the Squirrels with an incredible save on that last play, digging that one out to see another couple of hits. Just couldn't convert the point. There's an ace. And here comes Northern Cass. They are 6-1 on set points. Reese Lavig now has 2 aces. Preen into the net. Northern Cass has just got to be the hardest team to kill in the region. When it gets down to business, they get incredibly scrappy. Severson sent back, popped over and out. Hovness to Wilner. Handled well. Here's a good chance. Tipped over. No, it does not get down. It just danced on the net and did not fall. 2 timeouts at the disposal of Dana Stanbury, and she's going to use one here. And here we find ourselves same story, just a different set here in the second. It was a 24-18 lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard for Central Cass. That is now 24-23. So that makes it both sets now that it is a 5-0 run once Northern Cass has been down to set point, meaning they are 10-1 on Central Cass set point opportunities. Dana Stansbury just calling that one to calm her team down a little bit, as these are getting to be nail-biting conclusions to these sets after they were 5+ point advantages. Both the student sections are up right now in a standoff between the couple of teams. Loose change at the net, but into the net goes Northern Cass, and that will do it for set number 2. Northern Cass survives 25-23. It's a 2-set lead, but they have won by a combined 4 points, as small as it gets. So we will update our Dakota Heritage scoreboard here to say Central Cass 2-0 on the road here in Hunter. The Squirrels roll on.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
It's time for a Hunter Insurance set recap. A back-and-forth affair in the first 25 points or so combined for these teams, but Central Cass pulls out to a lead. A very similar sounding story as set number one. It was 23-18 with Central Cass on top. It was 24-18 even. Just going back to my notes to confirm that. 24-18, Central Cass on top. 5 straight rattled off by the Jaguars to make it 24-23, but a net violation ends it in an anticlimactic way to put Central Cass up 2-0. Will this one end in 3 as one of the closest 3-set games ever? Or do we go to a 4th set? Does Northern Cass have the ability to stay alive in the early 20s points and not go down by those 5-point deficits? Other games on your live event tonight: Oak Grove and Kindred, Chase Miller on the call, Bagley versus Ada Borup West on the Minnesota side, along with Lake Park Audubon versus Climax Fisher. Then here on the North Dakota side, still Barnes County North versus Sargent County, then Grafton versus Thompson. Tipped over by the setter Coppervig. Into the net. Ryder unable to elevate. Sinking serve from Coppervig is a good one. Gets in out the back. 3-0 Central Cass lead. Nick Tice imploring his team to lock in here. Can't afford to be going down too many points here. Slicing, hooking out off the hand of Coppervig. Murch calls off Gitson at the last second. Wound over by Ryder. Preen with the fake, leading to the Mitchell tip. Ryder down the line, out of bounds. Setter deep from Murch, but it's handled and taken care of by Aspen Preen. Gearing up, Thompson through the block. Six 6-1 Central Cass. This one floating to the back line. Across for Ryder, and timeout called quickly by Nick Tice. The Squirrels off to their best start for a set tonight, 7-1 on our Dakota Heritage scoreboard on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
This timeout brought to you by Bank North, a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. The Jaguars in need of a rally here on their home floor, already down 2-0, but this hasn't been as lopsided of a match as it might seem if you're just tuning in to see 2-0 Central Cass and a 7-1 lead. 27-25 the first set, and 25-23 the second. This one jousted for at the net, won by the Jags. 5-0 runs for Northern Cass in both of set number 1 and number 2 while facing set point, but ultimately succumbing to those points in the end. They even got up to a 25-24 lead in set number 1, but surrendered 3 straight. In set number 2, they got to within 24-23, but a net violation ends the set. Ryder swung on and driven past Gunnifson and into the hallway. Carly Ryder has had the best game of any outside for the Jaguars tonight. At the net, geared up for a couple of squirrels, is Isabel Thompson and Emily Broden dueling at the net and connect for the point. Wilner suspending herself in the air, gets a good swing at one. Hovness diving in front of Olsen, it gets down, 9-3. Central Cass still staying steady at a 6-point advantage. Wilner, a little bit early on the jump, was on the way down as she was swinging at that 10-3. In the net for in the net for Central Cass as Fury tips it over. Much needed point for the Jaguars, taking them any way they can get them. Lavig to the back row and drops it down on the line. 3 aces tonight for Reese Lavig. Jump serve, sending a squirrel to the ground, then 2 committing to the second touch. Nicely done by Lavig again on that set. Olsen too strong. Olsen hasn't gotten going like her usual self here tonight. Usually the leading outside hitter for Northern Cass, but has not had the same success as in other matches that we've seen here in the season. Another chance for Olsen. This one a much better touch. Wilner. A good swing, but it's dug out eventually by the Squirrels, and it hit out into the bench. Hovness with a line drive set over to Olsen. Popped up by Wilner. Hovness again over to Olsen. Gunnifson, Bussey, and then into the net from Thompson. That back row's done a nice job for Central Cass, just getting it to whichever setter they have in the game so they can play that quick transition game to their middles. Aspen Preen's a good one. There's another with Mackenzie Meyer. And Thompson's had her moments as well from the outside. Bussey, back set. Swung on by Meyer into the net. That's 4 touches. Northern Cass back to within 5, trying to claw their way back into this one. And a free one for the Squirrels as Jalbert too low into the net. Olsen has to readjust and gets it down in front of the diving libero Kendra Bratton. No spin on that serve as it gets handled by Central Cass. Olsen. Dug out in the back by Thompson. Out the backside for Meyer. Sailing that one long back to within 4. Just inching back are the Jaguars. Through the block, Mitchell powers up. Has got springs on her feet. Somehow knifed back over by Central Cass on the Gitson touch. Pushed a little bit out by Johnson. Front row was doing some good work there for the Jags, but couldn't pay it off with a point. Laser of a serve. Kept back in bounds by Murch. Severson down the line is able to hit the line to get it back up to a 7-point lead. Johnson through the block, gets it down to draw one closer. Serve from Olsen sailing out. Several service errors as Nick Tice just hands on his knees over on the sideline. Got to be shaking his head as there's been a few of those in high leverage moments. Johnson powers up at the net and gets one down. There's an ace. Johnson, her second ace of the night. Nine aces, nearing double digits for Northern Cass. They have had some really good serving moments, but then have had more errors as well, I'd say, than Central Cass. So it's tough to justify the trade-off at some times, but they have stolen a few, no doubt about it. Mitchell into the net after a violent swing, just couldn't quite get it high enough. This one sails out as the Kindred Vikings have gone up 2-1 at home, now 25-23 in that third set. Oak Grove takes the first by 5. Kindred answers to win by 3, 25-22, and then 25-23 in set number 3 to the Vikings. Looking to put it away in 4 on their home floor. Valley City has swept the Wahpeton Huskies as well. Adjustment at the net for Wilner, could not quite get it over. That one eats up Ryder, but she's able to recover and push it over in a pretty decent spot. Battle at the net, tipped over by Central Cass to the outside. Ryder gets up. Dug out perfectly placed was Kendra Broughton, the libero. This one tipped to the backside where Jalbert's there, and it gets down. I think that was Ryder, either Ryder or Olsen that connects for that kill. Big time detonation from Isabel Thompson. Quick transition game. Man, did she ever put a charge in that. Hovness lifts this one up for Ryder. Punched over with a bunch of topspin. Wilner to the back row. Knocked down by Coppervig. And Northern Cass unable to dig this one out of the net. Nick Tice does have one final timeout left to use. Chooses not to use it here. Down by 8 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Blocked at the net. Return to sender. Mackenzie Meyer gets the team up 9. Wilner through the block, but it's tipped, slowed down. This one out the backside. That was a huge block there from Meyer. Just read that one extremely well, timed it up, and that one went straight into the ground. Through the block. I believe that was Thompson again, powering up strong. Tice decided not to use the timeout here. Instead, the Squirrels will have set and match point. Olsen begins the string of points to perhaps come for the Jaguars. But they find themselves down the largest margin of any set. This one dug out in the back and returned. Big time block at the net. a vacancy. That one is, they say it's down. It was real close. But we extend on. There's an ace for Olsen. This one skims the net. Gunnifson couldn't get it. This one got the antenna, another, so again, that is 5 straight for Northern Cass. In all 3 sets, Northern Cass has won 5 straight set points. This one sails long though and out the backside, and that will do it. Your final in 3, the Central Cass Squirrels come out on top on the road here tonight. They win Central Cass 3 sets to none. Final scores 27-25, 25-23, and 25-20 here in Hunter. We'll get to our Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show around the break and hear from the victorious Squirrels side when we come back.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No, 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 no! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball size hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro is completing post-frame buildings 80 by 80, 80 by 160, even 80 by 200. Need an addition or shop reskin? Cywick Lumber and Hardware has all materials. They'll complete to your customized building requests. Bifold doors, hydro doors for farm buildings, and metal sailed steel for durable construction. Whether it's new, an addition, or a repair, every building project can be done with Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro. All materials, all in one place. Visit or call Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
It's time for our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show here. Love your ride at locally owned Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead, and the tools and expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. Sign up in the app for your free first month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash your spot. Let's get to our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game. It's going to be the 5-0 runs by Northern Cass that kept them alive in all 3 sets, but alas, the Central Cass Squirrels come out on top in close sets each time. That is your Agassiz Precision Ag play of the match. Your local precision planting dealer is Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. When we come back shortly, we'll hear from the winning side, the Central Cass Squirrels, joining us here in the booth.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
No job too big,
No call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Welcome back here on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, and we're hearing from our Enbridge Energy player of the game tonight, Aspen Preen. Take us through the match and some runs that you guys were able to survive at the end of these sets.
We're very good, and our team is just, we play so well together, and we know when we get into those ruts, we need to dig out of it, and that helps with how relentless we all are. And I think just playing together is so much fun, and I love this team, and I'm so excited for this season.
How much momentum does this build coming into an opponent's building and able to take it home in 3?
It's really fun. Region 1 games are always so much fun. The atmosphere in the gym is always just a blast, and it feels really good to sweep this one.
Yeah. Who are some teammates that you'd like to shout out for the efforts and performances they put on tonight?
I want to shout out Kendra Broughton. She is just amazing back there, and I trust her so much, which it really helps when I got a little libero helping me out. And then also Abby Kobervig. She is an amazing setter, and she definitely helps us all get our kills. And Izzy Thompson, she's always bringing the energy and putting the ball down for us.
How much confidence does this build moving forward for the rest of the year?
A lot. We still got things to work on, and I think this helps us learn what we need to work on and how we're going to do it.
All right. Thank you for joining us. That was a fun one to watch, and enjoy this victory.
Thank you.
That's Aspen Preen joining us here on our Your Live event post-game show.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Welcome back. Dana Stanbury joining us now here for our post-game show on Your Live event, and take us through the adversity having to play through a little bit at the end of these sets, struggling to close a few of them out, but ultimately coming out of a road victory in 3 sets.
You know, yesterday we played a really fun game. It's called 17-10 comeback, and we put the score up, and varsity was down 10-17, and I'm sure glad we did that. What a good choice we made yesterday in practice. I think it shows the relentlessness of this team and these girls. They didn't give up. Made a couple of errors here and there, but no one gave up. We kept fighting and stayed aggressive, and that's what we expect, and that's what we expect as the season moves on.
And we heard from Aspen Preen a moment ago, just shouting out the setters in this game, and just how everyone was kind of getting a little bit of the share tonight. So what was it seemed pretty balanced out there.
Yeah, I would say balance is a great word to describe us tonight. We always take a stat where we spread to see where the spread is hitting-wise. It was perfect. It was beautiful all the way across. We got the ball all the way across outside to right side, and that's what we want to do. Our setters also, not only did they run our offense tonight, they did a great job on defense, and I think that is a credit to Northern Cass as well. They just kept putting the ball up at us. But our defense really stepped up tonight. Kira Gunnufson, Kendra Broughton, and Kaylee Broden in the backcourt, and of course our Izzy and our setters. Great team effort tonight.
Yeah. We also saw the front row have some decent highlights as well tonight, getting some big blocks. And just hearing from Nick Tice earlier, he said, we're not going to win matches just tipping the ball over. We got to come out swinging aggressive, and you guys were able to counter that at times tonight. How big was that?
Yeah, that was huge. We worked a lot in practice. Practice plan tomorrow also says blocking. Whitney Mitchell did a fantastic job on the outside setting tonight. She's our former right side from last year, so she has a lot of time experience. Northern Cass, obviously we know that they run a right side middle and an outside swing, and we responded well to that tonight.
Absolutely. How much confidence does this build moving forward rest of the year? What do you gain from this game?
Yeah, so, it's interesting. We haven't actually beat Northern Cass at home or away in the second time that I've been the head coach again here. So that's fun. It's a big momentum builder for our program and a confidence builder for our kids.
Wonderful. We're looking forward to seeing how it plays out the rest of the year. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the victory.
All right. Thank you so much.
That's Dana Stanbury joining us here on our Your Live event post-game show.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email Central Cass Booster Club. That's Central Cass Booster Club at gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal, it's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
We bring you back in here on yourliveevent.com, and want to thank Dana Stansberry for dropping by there, and Aspen Preen, who is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Enbridge, life takes energy, energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. Aspen Preen leading the way, good leadership on this Central Cass team. Preen, a senior that has worked with this volleyball squad, the softball squad, just every sport that she's in, has been a veteran around the team, it seems like, for forever. Has just been a solid athlete over at Central Cass. Whitney Mitchell, as you heard earlier from Dana Stanbury, saying just giving her kudos, her props tonight. Mitchell with some standout plays as well. And it's no surprise Mitchell and Preen working well together, as we noted earlier on the broadcast tonight. The pitcher-catcher battery for Scott Koss softball team, and man, did they stand out here tonight on the volleyball floor as well. Your finals again tonight, the scores of 27-25, 25-23, and 25-20. All of those going to Central Cass after surviving 5 straight set points won by Northern Cass. Just a crazy stat here tonight that the Northern Cass Jaguars were 15-3 on set point opportunities for Central Cass here tonight. And those 3 points, of course, the 3 deciding points that won all 3 sets for the Squirrels. But we thank you for joining us here on our coverage here tonight from Northern Cass, with both a lot of people tuning in tonight from both sides, as we love covering both of these teams, Central Cass, Northern Cass. We'll see plenty of both moving forward here right here on yourliveevent.com. So we're looking forward to covering that the rest of the year. And there's plenty more volleyball, football, and other sports you can catch here on yourliveevent.com this year. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you like the coverage of your favorite local sports teams here in the North Dakota, Minnesota areas. For Josh Boyko, signing off here now from Northern Cass. Have a good night, everyone. Squirrels win in 3.